Why didn't Jada Pinkett Smith's book Worthy sell as expected? Let's dive into the rankings first. If we take a look at the book's performance since its release on October 17th, it's clear that Worthy hasn't met the sales expectations that one might anticipate for a celebrity memoir. On Amazon Books, arguably the globe's top book-selling platform, Worthy finds itself hovering at number 81 on the bestseller list. That's a far cry from the top 10, 20, or even 50. Now you might think, well, maybe it's doing better on the digital front, but alas, the Kindle e-reader chart tells a similar story. Here, Worthy doesn't even crack the top 100. By the end of last week, it had sold a mere 2,700 copies. For a celebrity of Jada Pinkett Smith's stature, that's not exactly a number to write home about. Let's not forget about the other major players in the book-selling game, Barnes & Noble and Publishers Weekly. Unfortunately for Worthy, it's the same song and dance on these platforms. The memoir fails to break into the top 100 on either of their lists. So, what does this tell us? Despite Jada's fame, her memoir, Worthy, has not performed well on any of the major book-selling platforms. It's a surprising turn of events, considering the buzz that typically surrounds celebrity memoirs. But as we'll explore in the upcoming segments, there may be a number of reasons why readers haven't been flocking to pick up a copy of Worthy. From potential spoilers in interviews to the public's perception of Jada Pinkett Smith, and the content of the book itself, there's a lot to unpack. So stick around as we delve deeper into why Worthy didn't quite hit the mark. And remember, stay tuned for my future video titled, I read Jada Pinkett Smith's book Worthy so you don't have to. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Apart from the rankings, could there be other reasons for the book's poor performance? What about spoilers in interviews? Jada Pinkett Smith, a woman known for her candid nature, may have inadvertently played a role in the underwhelming performance of her book, Worthy. In numerous interviews leading up to the release of her memoir, Jada shared some of the most compelling parts of her story. While this transparency is certainly refreshing in an age where celebrities often guard their personal lives fiercely, it may have also removed a significant hook for potential readers. Let's delve into this a bit. Imagine you're about to watch a much-anticipated movie. You've avoided trailers, skipped reviews, all to preserve the element of surprise. But just as you're settling into your seat, popcorn in hand, a friend leans over and reveals the plot twist. Your anticipation deflates, right? That's perhaps what happened with Worthy. Jada's interviews were so detailed, so revealing, that they may have taken away the mystery that typically drives book sales. The juiciest parts of her story, the parts that would have made readers rush to purchase her book, were already out there, free for anyone to consume. Moreover, it seems Jada may have prioritized immediate attention over a comprehensive marketing strategy. By divulging so much of her story up front, she might have forgotten to leave a hook, a reason for potential readers to buy the book. After all, why buy the book when you've already heard the most captivating parts of the story? In the world of book marketing, less is often more. Teasing the audience with bits of information, leaving them curious for more, is a time-tested strategy that works wonders. Unfortunately, Jada's approach of laying it all out there seems to have backfired. Jada's openness in interviews, while refreshing, may have inadvertently hurt her book's sales by removing the element of surprise. Could there be more to the story? Stay tuned as we explore other possible reasons for the book's disappointing performance. The public's perception of Jada Pinkett Smith might also have contributed to the book's poor sales. Let's delve into it. Jada Pinkett Smith, a woman of many talents, has always been a figure of interest. But recently, it's fair to say the public's perception of her has taken a bit of a hit. A significant part of this shift can be attributed to her candid discussions about her personal life, particularly her marriage to Will Smith. For some, Jada's openness is refreshing, an honest look into a Hollywood marriage, but for others it crosses a line of decency. In a world where airing dirty laundry has become the norm, Jada's revelations about her relationship with Will have raised eyebrows. Her comments, many of them made on Red Table Talk, have been seen by some as disrespectful, causing a ripple effect on her public image. In one episode, Jada revealed details about an entanglement with singer August Alsina, during a time when she and Will were separated. This revelation, among others, led to a wave of criticism. Many felt that Jada was oversharing, causing unnecessary embarrassment to Will and their family. The internet backlash was swift and fierce. This public perception of Jada, as someone who disrespects her spouse by airing their private matters, may well have influenced people's willingness to buy her book. After all, if Jada is seen as unsympathetic or even cruel in her treatment of Will, why would one want to invest time and money into her personal narrative? Furthermore, the perception that Jada is exploiting her marriage for publicity, right or wrong, could also have discouraged potential readers. Why purchase a book when the most sensational parts have already been broadcasted to the world? In conclusion, it appears that the public's perception of Jada Pinkett Smith, particularly her treatment of Will Smith, may have discouraged potential readers. The line between transparency and oversharing is a thin one, and it seems Jada may have crossed it in the eyes of many. Stay tuned for our next segment as we delve into the content of the book itself, and whether it managed to hold its own amidst all the controversy. And what about the content of the book itself? Could it be a factor in the book's poor sales? When we flip open the pages of Worthy, we're ushered into a world that's supposedly raw, real, and intimate. Yet somewhere along the way, the narrative seems to lose its charm. Could it be that the content wasn't gripping enough to keep the readers hooked for long? Let's delve into it. Jada Pinkett Smith's memoir is undoubtedly filled with personal anecdotes and life lessons. From her childhood in Baltimore to her relationship with Tupac Shakur and her marriage with Will Smith, she covers a broad spectrum of her life experiences. Yet, the storytelling style seems to lack the depth and nuance that often make memoirs relatable and engaging. Moreover, the book seems to be a collection of scattered thoughts, without a cohesive narrative thread tying them together. The chapters often feel disjointed, leaving readers with more questions than answers. This lack of a coherent storyline might have made it hard for readers to stay engaged and invested in the book. Additionally, the content, while personal, doesn't quite offer the level of introspection or self-awareness that readers might expect from a memoir. The narrative often glosses over complex issues and difficult moments, leaving readers wanting for more depth and understanding. The book also lacks a strong emotional pull. While Jada shares some of her most personal experiences, the emotional depth that should accompany these revelations is often missing. This lack of emotional resonance might have made it difficult for readers to connect with the story on a deeper level. And while the book does provide glimpses into Jada's life, it doesn't quite deliver the candid, behind-the-scenes look that many readers might have been hoping for. This lack of revealing insights could have further contributed to the book's lackluster performance. In the end, a book's content is its most important selling point, and Worthy might not have been compelling enough to maintain reader interest. So, why didn't Jada Pinkett Smith's book Worthy sell as expected? Well, let's take a moment to recap the main points we've discussed throughout this video. We started by looking at the book rankings. Newsweek reported that Worthy didn't hit the sales figures that were expected after its October 17th release. It's currently sitting at number 81 on Amazon Books, one of the world's most popular book-selling sites. It didn't even make it into the top 100 on the Kindle e-reader chart, selling only 2,700 copies by the end of the first week. It also didn't make the cut for the top 100 on Barnes & Noble and Publishers weekly lists. Then, we talked about how Jada might have spoiled the most interesting parts of the story during her numerous interviews. She seemed so eager to grab the spotlight that she neglected to leave a hook for potential readers. The essence of a good marketing strategy is to entice the audience and make them curious, but it seems like Jada may have given too much away too soon. We also touched on the public perception of Jada Pinkett Smith. There's been a lot of chatter about her openly discussing her relationship with Will Smith, which some people have found disrespectful. This could have potentially turned off potential readers. Finally, we examined the content of the book itself. It appears that it may not have been interesting enough to retain the reader's interest for long. The lack of a compelling narrative could be another factor contributing to the lackluster sales. In conclusion, a combination of factors from poor rankings and spoilers in interviews to public perception and uninteresting content may have led to the poor sales of Worthy. But don't take my word for it. Stay tuned for my future video titled, "I Read Jada Pinkett Smith's Book Worthy So You Don't Have to."